Everyone, here we are. We're here for another live exchange between two authors. And I gotta say, it's so great to live and tell, and then to live and tell and to listen to other stories of lived and told experiences. So I have someone very special that I'm waiting to join us here in the live. And her name is Dr. Liz O'Riordan. And what an incredible woman. I have notes. I actually have to have some notes on the side because she's got 3 books that she wrote. And she's a breast cancer surgeon. She's an author. She's a speaker. She's an incredible mind. And so I kind of want to save that for when she's on. And so I'm going to let her join us here. I'm going to invite her. Hi, Brian. Nice to see you here. Oh my God, the years, right? Let me see if I can invite her to join us. And hi, Dr. Liz, come join us. Let's see how this works. Let me add, accept.
Hi,
Hey,
how are you?
I'm getting better at this. It becomes a little less pressure. I'm like, okay, I think I know. You're so cool and so beautiful on the screen. I love you in your
Oh,
photos, but to see you here.
thank you. I love the artwork behind you. It's brilliant.
Oh, thank you so much. A strong, powerful woman with a bunch of bright colored, beautiful chakras
Yeah, love it.
beaming everywhere. I love where you're at. You're in such a great, subdued, tranquil environment.
Thank you. I've got a very old house, goes back to the 1500s. So,
Oh, you are such a cool lady. Thank you for being here, Dr. Liz O'Riordan. I was talking a little bit before you got on here, and I want to say thank you to Kevin Donahue. I always butcher his Kevin, thank you.
yeah.
In connecting us in this web of survivors. And that's the one thing that I'm so grateful, Doctor, if I can call you Dr. Liz,
Yeah,
is that, we are able to live to tell, so we have to live to tell. And I don't have to tell you that because you have 3 books. I got to tell people, I have my notes here on the side because, I want to make sure I got this right. I'm speaking with someone incredible. You're a breast cancer surgeon, author, speaker, science communicator, of course, retired from surgery. You've just been around the globe in education. You have so much. I mean, we're going to talk about your latest book, The Cancer Roadmap, but you got the complete guide to breast cancer. You have Under the Knife, your memoir. I mean, you really turned an experience into quite an experience. Welcome. I think we're frozen. Dr. Liz, oh, you need to join again. I'm going to add you. Hold on one second, guys. Hey, at least I gave a really great intro there. You guys, I'm going to keep the suspense going. I keep the
sorry. I'm
suspense
back.
going.
I'm back. I just dropped out. Yeah, I have. Don't worry. My life has changed so much since I got breast cancer. I went from being a breast surgeon, as you said, to an author, a podcaster, a speaker, a content creator. It's crazy. And I think it's just come from this need. I want to help people. It's the cliche. But when I couldn't do it as a surgeon, this was my way of helping people. And I guess I'm trying to fill that gap between when you leave the doctor's office and when you go home.
My gosh, you have 3 books. You have quite a life. I'm speaking with a really fine mind. And I want to say this. I don't know if you got this, but I'm going to make this comment of how I am so amazed by our friend cancer, that there is
Yeah.
no you're going to get it or you're going to get it or you're going to get it. You're a breast cancer surgeon, and here you are with 2 reoccurrences of this experience. I'm healthy. I teach yoga. I'm in the arts. And the common thing that I got from a lot of people still, even from medicine, is how did
Hmm.
you get cancer, but you teach yoga, or
Yeah.
doctors don't get cancer. I mean, how was that, getting that when you were so closely tied to something that you were working in?
It was really hard. I think, like most people, I never checked my breasts. I thought I'm not going to get cancer. It's not a thing that's going to happen to me. I don't know anybody with it. And most people who get cancer, it's just bad luck. It really is. I blame myself for my bad lifestyle as a junior doctor. There was a lot of drinking and late nights and bad food. I never went to the gym. But there are people like that who don't get cancer. And you just have to learn it happens and it's shit and you have to find a way through it.
Exactly. And one thing that I really speak about, and I write about in my own personal first book, is not to live in the why me. You're going to go in a circle
Yeah.
of pain. Why me? As soon as you start looking for for those breadcrumbs, you're not going to find anywhere,
No,
anywhere. The bread
no,
gone.
no one can tell you. There are people who may say it's because you've had stress or negative emotions or you haven't dealt with this. It's nonsense. There is no way to prove that you've got breast cancer. And even people with inherited genes like the BRCA gene, 20% of them still won't get breast cancer. We are never going to have the idea. So you're right, just to tell people to move on.
I gotta ask you, maybe this is a simple, it's too simple of a question, or maybe an obvious or stupid question, but I love the simple, and sometimes I guess I love the stupid questions. How did you feel after breast cancer returning? You had two occurrences, and you were
Yeah.
diagnosed young, 40. How did
Yeah. I
you
was,
feel after the second? You're going, what?
but the first time was hard enough. It takes so much from you, your fertility, your hormones, your sex drive, everything. And I was 2.5 years out. And when I got the both recurrences were local. So at the moment, touch wood, I'm cancer free. I didn't realize that's what it was. I thought it was a nodule of scar tissue in my armpit, and it wasn't. And the surgeon in me knew that I have a greater chance of getting stage four disease. It happened in the first 5 years. And I just thought, I can't plan more than 6 months ahead because I could have stage four disease and there's no point living. And that's it. I'm going to literally live my life day to day. And time helps. Time really, really helps because I think I spent every day the first 3 years thinking up, is this the day my cancer comes back? And then it came back again, where are we, 2 or 3 years ago, coming up to 3 years ago. I was cycling in Italy and I just got out of the shower and I noticed a red spot on my mastectomy scar. I knew what it was. I knew because I've seen it. And I told my husband, it's back. And I'm driving home from Italy on the phone to my doctor saying, I need to be seen. And that was scary because you're thinking, could it be anywhere else? And there's a bit of feeling like you're living with a ticking time bomb. And because local recurrence is so rare, there aren't a lot of people to talk to about it who get at this weird hinterland you're in between early disease and late. But it is really hard. And I think I get to a stage, I don't know about you, Sandy, but whatever happens is out of my control. I
Mm.
take the drugs, I eat as healthily as I can when I'm able to. I exercise when I can. I'm not all perfect, but that's fine. I'm not going to beat myself up. It's out of my control. I just
Mm.
have to try and live my life as normally as I can.
Oh my gosh. Can I ask you? You're a strong woman, and your energy is felt across the screen, across the pond, and it's a real honor to sit across you. God,
Oh,
really, and really, I don't think I'll ever get to lose this emotion in me to be alive and to be able to share this journey.
yeah.
What sustained you? I know you have a strength, but did you always have this strength through it? And was
No.
there something, a practice that helped you that maybe you can help people that haven't read your books yet? Is there something you
No,
can share?
I'm really sorry. As a surgeon, I was an introvert. I was very private. I was cup half empty. I imagined the worst was going to happen. That was me. I had very few hobbies. My life was work. And you have to go through treatment. It happens to you. And I think a lot of us develop an inner strength. And by speaking and writing, it's like me putting on my surgical hat. You kind of perform. When you go into an operation, you have to pretend to be someone who can do amazing things. And it was like, I can be this person. I'm being the surgeon again. And I realized I love going and standing in front of a load of people and talking and sharing that stuff. And writing's like a way for me to express myself. And it's given me this strength of character that I don't know where it came from. But I do have my down days. And I am very good, as people who follow me will know, at doing far too much for far too long, then I come crashing down. And I think whenever I share the low moments, I'm struggling, a friend's just died, I can't cope, it makes you seem real because we're not like this all the while. We all put our best self out there, but it's not true. And I think you need to show the days when it is just shit so people can think, yeah, okay,
Mm,
this is the roller coaster of cancer. You just find a way to get through it. And I think there's a big drive now to share every aspect of your cancer life on social media. There are people doing it, making money out of it. It's become a career, but nobody needs to do that. No one expects you to share anything. Nobody has a right to know what you're going through, and don't feel that you have to get on the bandwagon. I chose it and I can't take back anything I've said. There are
mm,
days when I wish I could forget I had cancer and just be Liz, but it's part of me.
It's a part of you. How do you find the cancer, this experience, changed you in a personal level? I mean, from even your dietary habits, your life, your mind. What would you say is the biggest change in your life after this crazy experience with Miss C?
I think it's the memories you make with your family and friends that are far more important than shoes and handbags, although shoes and handbags are nice.
Yes.
It's like, what do I want people to write on my gravestone? I don't want it to be she answered emails at 11 o'clock at night and always went in late to see her patients. But for a lot of us, it's all about work. And I just thought, there's a lot I now can't have. I can't have children. I have the menopause, the sex drive's gone. I ate vaguely healthy before. I exercise a lot more. That's what I do. That really helps. Plus it reduces the risk of recurrence. But it was just, it's time with people and
Mm,
picking up the phone and connecting with friends and writing letters and actually valuing those real relationships instead of spending 3 hours a night doom scrolling, seeing what strangers are doing, which I
mm.
still do now and again. But what about you?
Oh my gosh, that's with such balance. For me, it's changed me so much because it's always the anchor that brings me back when I get in a busy state or an overdoing. But I think, Sandy, you survived cancer. Be the kind master to self.
Yeah,
I really, 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 no matter what, take a moment out of my day to go to my spot, to meditate, to be, to pray, to just look at nature, to actually literally, I smell roses and touch them like they're little dog
yeah,
roses, you know? They're so cute. And I just try to live so much there. It feels more macro and profound than
yeah,
all the doing. And then the stuff that needs to get done starts coming naturally, you know, without the forcing. Uh,
yeah,
it's also, Dr. Liz, I don't know if you ever get this. I get this sprinkled throughout here and there where I literally open my eyes and I go, wow, I observe that I'm living in this life. How lucky. I open, I go, wow, I get to live beyond the constructs of the, like you said, the stuff that has to be done, the emails. But for real, can you notice you open your eyes and this is sunshine. This is life. It's
yeah,
magical, you know? And listen, there's cancer to open your eyes, but also other hardships for whoever's tuning in that maybe lost someone they love to cancer or had some other, you know, awful experience. Isn't it funny how we in a way, I don't want to say we need tragedy, but tragedy serves a purpose. I thank God every day. Thank you for cancer. She was an incredible, nasty teacher, but kind teacher as well. And here I am being able to live to tell, to maybe help those that have a different temperament than maybe you and I in terms of our way
yeah,
of going through it. You know, your strength is so felt that there's other personalities that maybe couldn't deal with it with your strength. So you can be that beacon for them because the dark cancer cave is shitty and scary without our stories,
yeah.
right?
Completely. I think for a lot of women, especially, it's a tragedy that forces you to make uncomfortable decisions. You're not happy in your job. You're not happy in your relationship. That's the thing that finally makes you take action. And I wish sometimes I didn't need to get cancer to to make the changes I did, but often it forces you to, and you realize what does make you happy and what is important. And there are very bad days that happen in every cancer, in every patient that's living it. And I think it's important we expect you expect that, and they can happen years and years later, but it is about, it's watching the birds, and we are alive. And when all the tragedy going on in the world, it can be hard to feel guilty. Why am I feeling miserable? You can't compare yourself to anyone else, but it can really help you realize what is important. I'm grateful that my body has got me through all this treatment, that kind of thing.
You're such a beautiful woman. Gosh, you have three books. I know you have the Complete Guide to Breast Cancer. You have Under the,
Yeah.
which is your memoir. You have the Cancer Roadmap, such a cool title. That's your latest book. I mean, what would you love people to know about this? If they were like, huh, I want to get this book.
Okay.
What's from the mind
So
of Dr. Liz?
when I was diagnosed, I bought 20 books written by patients because I had never been a patient. And I'm a breast cancer expert. And I was scared at the level of information out there. And this is 10 years ago. The things people were saying, like, will my husband get cancer if we have sex during chemotherapy? Will he lose his hair? Does radiotherapy make you radioactive? Should I be doing crazy diets? And that's why I wrote the first book, The Complete Guide. It answered every question I had, from the day you're diagnosed to all the treatments, the side effects, sex, health, diet, what to eat, can it come back, what the symptoms are. So that kind of one book that will answer almost everything that you need. And actually, it's really good to give to your partners so they understand what the menopause is like and why you are being a stroppy, moody cow who doesn't want sex. So that kind of thing in one place and having to go to different websites. I wrote my memoir during COVID because I wanted to talk about having suicidal depression as a consultant and talk about my mental health. Because as a doctor, I was too scared to talk about it in case patients found out and thought I was crazy and didn't want me to treat them. And that talks about what it's like to be a woman in a man's world, learning to operate, all the funny, crazy, silly stuff that happens, and then being a breast surgeon, getting breast cancer. And I'm really proud of that. I had to learn to write properly with senses and sounds and smells, and it's very different to my scientific stuff. It is funny, but it will make you cry. The Cancer Roadmap, because I'm actually finishing my 5th book this week. The Cancer Roadmap was that came about after lockdown when it seemed like misinformation had just exploded. Podcasts and TikTok and diets, and everyone's got money in the game. And I thought I want people to know what actually causes cancer and what doesn't. So deodorants and parabens and root canals don't cause cancer.
Mm-hmm.
What does treat it and what doesn't. The diets that don't work. How to spot BS online. Why cancer comes back. And just that kind of general A to Z of what it is to give you that basic knowledge. And it was fascinating going down rabbit holes to see where did all these myths originate from. And how did they grow and grow and grow? That was great fun. But I spend a lot of time now debunking misinformation online.
What a perfect person to debunk. I mean, from within,
Yeah, and I get it. When you've got cancer, you're vulnerable. You want hope. You want control. You want someone to promise they can cure you. As a doctor, I can't. And I have to tell you all the bad things, all the side effects, all the risks of every treatment. But people online and in private clinics don't have to. They can promise you a cure with fake testimonials. And it's very easy to want to be that one in a million. And I get it. And I don't judge anybody for going down that route. I just want them to be able to stop and think, is this real? Is it worth spending my money and turning chemo down to go down this route based on a 60-second video?
So well said, and there's so many opinions. I know when I was starting out, and some people did cancer and they didn't do chemo and don't do chemo, and we can't say these hard facts like this or think they're facts, because what one thing for one person is another thing for another. There's no quite
Exactly.
similar cancer journey. I would be dead, doctor, if it wasn't for my my chemotherapy. I had stage 4. My lymphoma tumor was 10/15 growing so fast. I needed that chemo. And
You
listen,
did.
spiritual person. I believe in supporting it with modalities that keep the parasympathetic nervous system nice. I mean, you can be living more in there, the calm state. We need to support these things. But, it's a really dangerous world when we lose our own wisdom and we start going here, there, and everywhere without real clear information. So much information. So I feel you, and to villainize things. So, one person might make a choice and it's for them. Maybe it's not for another, but I believe so much in medicine and mystical. So for me, it was, I thank God for the science. I had some really great minds here in LA, UCLA doctors and incredible people. But then guess what? I listened to the trees. I played my sound healing bowls. I pray and meditate. And I was able to support myself through whatever I believe in there in that sense. So
Wonderful.
I love that you're doing that. Question: did you have anything mystical in your life? I know is there anything that you kind of? I know you said you're very science and I love that so much. But is there anything that's there's I don't even know how to ask you that.
No, I get you. Not what you might call mystical. I'm not religious. I'm not very spiritual. But for me, it's the birds in the garden coming to the feeder. Whenever I see a robin, I think that's my mum coming back. I think it's that sense of nature. I think the complementary therapies, that the whole spiritual side, the tai chi and the gongs, and that can really help people cope with everything we're doing to them. You hold on to you and what's important to you whilst chemo, whilst radiotherapy is happening, and that can carry people through. It can have a huge impact. I think it's really important.
Well, I love what you said. I forget who said it, and I'm not religious either. I'm more of a spiritual person. And whether you say God, universe, the trees, the bees, you look into nature and you can see universe. You can see love. Love to me is my ultimate religion, So, I mean, you got it right there. I mean, I have my hummingbirds all around me, and it's
Oh, I'm so jealous. They're beautiful.
Yeah, they're beautiful. And all of nature, and to just ground ourselves in there so that we're not swept away into that pit of darkness. Let nature remind us that it can rise again. It can rise again, and maybe not for everybody, not to be toxic positivity. Yes, there's a lot of deaths with this thing called cancer, but what is the journey towards whatever end is for us?
Yeah,
And choose it to be miserable on that door, whether the door opens or not. How do we choose to get to that door makes a big difference, I believe.
it
Um,
really does.
it really does. I don't even know what to say. The time seems to have flown. We've been chatting for a bit, and I don't want to keep you forever, but you are such an inspiration. Um,
Are you
what
still writing, Sandy?
what's that?
Are you still writing?
I'm still writing. I did my first book, Cancer Ramblings, and I'm writing my second book, and it's all surrounding love, and and
Oh,
and love through remission, because I'm newly in remission about over a year. And I feel the writing, and gosh, you're on book five. It's a need, to get it
yeah.
out. Helps me digest this, as you
Mm.
know. So I'm writing my second one, but it's a slower process, doctor. I tell people all the time, I cranked out that first book I wrote it in real time during chemo, and there's this a sense of urgency to death. Death
Yeah.
has a sense of urgency. It crunches you out. Now that I'm in, ooh, here I am in life. Love takes a long time. Love slows things down because love is eternal. So my book is taking a long time because love thinks I'm going to be here forever. So it's a different process. It's being
Yeah. It's
slow,
also the difficult second book.
the
You
difficult.
think and question yourself a lot more, and it can be very different to write. But for me, it was kind of therapy. Getting words out on the page and helping me understand what I was feeling really, really helped.
And that's deeply spiritual, I find, putting down
Mm.
however we label it. You are such a blessing and a gift, and what a powerful force field you are. Doctor, I would love for you to leave us with where people can find you. I know you have so much great resources online because I looked, and maybe a final few words that you'd love to leave with our viewers, whatever you want, whatever you
Oh,
know. Is that too much?
no, that's not too much. So I'm on Instagram as at O'Riordan Liz, but I have a YouTube channel, Dr. Liz O'Riordan, where all my videos are there. They're much easier to search. I've got videos explaining all sorts of things about cancer and myths, so you can find me there. And if you put my name into Amazon, you'll find my books. For
Mm,
me, I want anyone watching to know you're not alone and
mm.
there is hope, and it's all about finding the little moments of joy.
You are a joy. I am sending you so much love. Listen, we just met, but I'm going to say, I love you. I tell people
Mm.
whether I know them or not, I love you. We are alive.
We
And it's
are.
such joy. And it's such a blessing to be able to share and keep doing what you're doing. And I'm going to keep sharing what you're sharing. Thank you, Dr.
Oh,
Liz.
so lovely to meet you, Sandy. Thank you.
Ah, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Doctor. Till next
Bye.
time. Bye.